There are some places in the modern world where secrets go to hide, where once you step through the doors, it feels like you've entered a whole other reality. And if you try to leave, you might find yourself trapped there forever. You won't find these secret spots behind enemy lines or inside locked facilities. They're hiding in plain sight, a stone's throw away. These are the most common yet terrifying places where secrets go to hide. But sometimes the things we fear the most are right in front of our eyes, disguised as something boring. So we walk past them every day without a second thought. That's what makes them so scary. But today, let's step inside these unassuming places and uncover what they're really hiding. What would you do if someone built a massive skyscraper right in the middle of your neighborhood? In New York City, the answer is probably shrugged and get back to texting. But what if that building wasn't just any old office tower? What if it was a top-secret government facility designed to monitor the entire planet, surviving nuclear war and functioning off the grid with minimal human contact? Well, this may sound like a plot from a dystopian novel, but it's the chilling reality of Titan Point at 33 Thomas Street in Lower Manhattan. From the outside, 33 Thomas Street looks like your typical mid-century modern skyscraper, all sharp angles and brutalist chic. But behind the nondescript facade is a windowless concrete box that stretches 13 stories underground. The building is so unremarkable it took a Freedom of Information Act request from a journalist to figure out who even owned it. When the New York Times finally got the answer, their headline read, "The NSA's secret plan for a spy center in Lower Manhattan." So why does the NSA need such a large and secretive facility in the heart of one of the busiest cities in the world? To answer that question, we have to look no further than the events of September 11th, 2001. During the terror attacks, the communications infrastructure of the United States was severely damaged. Phone lines were down, cell towers were jammed, and military communication networks were crippled. Faced with the possibility of more coordinated attacks, the government realized it needed a backup system to keep the country connected in the event of a national disaster. Enter Titan Point, an ultra-secure communication hub so resilient it can function even when the rest of the world can't. But that's only part of the story. Titan Point is also a vital piece of the NSA's global surveillance apparatus, capable of monitoring nearly every form of communication imaginable, from international phone calls to satellite feeds and even undersea internet cables. By tapping into these sources of information, the NSA can collect vast amounts of intelligence on foreign targets, while also keeping tabs on American citizens. But don't worry, because thanks to a series of complex legal loopholes, they're doing it totally above board. The NSA has a history of skirting the law to gather intelligence both at home and abroad. But how exactly are they getting away with it? One way is through programs like Fairview, which allows the agency to intercept and analyze foreign communications without a warrant. By feeding information from satellites and other sources into databases, the NSA can track terrorist suspects and other targets of interest without violating the privacy of ordinary Americans. Of course, that doesn't mean they always succeed. One notable example of an NSA overreach occurred in 2013 when Edward Snowden, a former contractor, leaked classified information revealing that the agency had been scooping up phone records of millions of innocent Americans. Despite incidents like these, the NSA continues to push the boundaries of what's possible when it comes to surveillance technology. Take the case of Martin Stolz, a German citizen who was spied on by the NSA for years before finally going public with his story in 2020. Stolz was targeted as part of a wider effort to monitor European politicians and activists, despite having no connection to terrorism or any other crime. In fact, he was simply an environmental lawyer doing his job. But that didn't stop the NSA from infiltrating his life through a variety of means, including hacking into his phone, planting malware on his computer, and even recording his conversations. All of this was done without a warrant or any oversight, raising serious questions about the agency's commitment to privacy rights. But it's not just individuals who are targeted. Governments and other organizations are also fair game for the NSA's surveillance operations. In 2017, it was revealed that the agency had been spying on the French and German governments, as well as the European Union's foreign policy chief. Once again, these activities were carried out without a warrant and in violation of international law. Despite the outcry, the NSA has shown no signs of slowing down. In recent years, the agency has developed new tools and techniques to target encrypted communications and other forms of private information. One of the most controversial of these tools is the Upstream program, which allows the NSA to tap into the servers of tech companies like Microsoft and Google to collect user data, while the agency insists that it only uses these powers in accordance with the law. Critics argue that the mass collection of data is a clear violation of privacy rights. Whether you agree or not, one thing is clear. The NSA is more powerful than ever before, and Titan Point is at the heart of that power. It's hard to say what the future holds for this secret spy center, but one thing is certain. It will continue to play a vital role in the NSA's global surveillance operations for years to come. If you visit 33 Thomas Street today, you might be surprised to find that it looks just like any other office building. Sure, there are plenty of security cameras around, but apart from that, it's not much different from your average corporate headquarters. But don't be fooled by the unassuming facade. Behind those glass walls is a hive of activity where top-secret information is exchanged and the fate of nations is decided. The reason it's so hard to spot spies these days is simple. They've evolved with the times. Today, being a spy isn't about smoking jackets and late-night rendezvous. It's about blending in, living a double life, and gathering intelligence in the most unexpected of places. Just think about it. Modern spies aren't just lurking in dark alleys or following targets through smoky backrooms. They're living among us, working in cubicles and attending cocktail parties. They read the guy you met at the gym last week, or the cute barista at your local coffee shop. In this age of misinformation and online personas, anyone could be a spy. In fact, you might already know one and have no idea. It's a sobering thought, but the truth is that espionage isn't what it used to be. Today's spies are masters of disguise. They blend in with ease, whether it's at a crowded party or in a bustling marketplace. They speak the local language, follow customs, and blend seamlessly into the crowd. In the era of globalization and interconnectedness, being a spy means knowing how to adapt and evolve. And some of the most skilled spies in the game are the ones who seem the most ordinary. They're the ones you wouldn't suspect, the ones who look just like you and me. And that's why it's so hard to spot them. And if you want to hear more about the hidden world of modern espionage, stay tuned for more updates. And with that, we wrap up another edition of our channel. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of hidden espionage, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Each week we bring you closer to the pulse of a world where secrets are the currency and the stakes couldn't be higher. Your support helps us keep the lights on and the cameras rolling as we expose the shadowy figures and hidden agendas that shape our world. But our work wouldn't be complete without you. So join our growing community and let's uncover the truth together. See you next time.